Welcome everybody to the Jupiter Robotics channel. Welcome on in, everybody. So happy to see every single one of you here. Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan. I'm one of the co-captains from Team Jupiter Robotics, sponsored by Polymaker. Happy to see everybody. Who do we have in our live chat so far? Tech Jeeper, welcome on in. Glad to see you. All right, let's see. So yeah, this evening we're going to be 3D printing. Let me take these off so I can actually see something. There we go. I can see clearly now. Somewhat. Roughhouse Robotics, welcome on in. That's a familiar name. Wonder where I've heard that from. It'll come to me later. Welcome on in, Roughhouse Robotics. So yes, we are going to be doing a little 3D printing stuff, which, of course, none of this would be possible without our sponsor, Polymaker. So as always, huge shout out to our sponsor. Let's see. So we recently got this Bambu Lab A1 Mini, and this printer is by far a great printer, great beginner's printer. So if anybody's thinking about getting into 3D printing, I recommend getting this printer. Let's see. We're also going to have a special guest on the stream. Maybe a couple of special guests. You never know who's going to pop on the stream with me. Let's see. We're happy to have everybody here. And we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. We're going to get this printer fired up. We're going to print a couple of things. I haven't decided what all we're going to print. Any ideas for what we should print? Let's see. I was going to bring Bambu Studio up on screen, but it decided to be a little weird. Right before the stream, it only happens minutes before I go on stream. Bambu Studio decides it doesn't want to cooperate. But Bearded Printer, welcome on in. So happy to see you here. 3D print a Manta Ray. That just gives me ideas that would not fit on this printer. That's the one thing I can't really complain too much, but you have to take into consideration the size limit on the A1 Myth. Excuse me there. This is the only thing you have to think about there is the size constraint is 180 millimeters in all dimensions. Let's see. Roughhouse Robotics loves manta rays. Let's see. I mean, the size isn't really a problem in our case, but you do have to consider that if you want to be printing big stuff. The only real complaint I was warned about, would be the camera sucks. I did find that out real quick. But 3D print the robot you've been making recently. Yeah, I've been printing a lot of robots, actually. Tech Jeeper, love your A1 Mini? I love mine. We have been loving this thing. It is an amazing printer. I also, in case anybody hasn't spotted it yet, I've added a couple of stickers on this printer. Can anybody see where they are? So when we got this printer, they sent a sheet of Bambu Lab and Maker World stickers. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to put a couple on here. I want to see if anybody can spot them. Polymaker desk. I actually do have a Polymaker sticker right here. Just sitting here. I haven't found a good spot on the printer to put it yet, but that's okay. Manta ray. The Bambu one on the front isn't stock. You would be correct. I did put that there. That's one of them I put there. There's, I think, one more. There's one more. There's a Bambu one right there. Good eye, Tech Cheaper. And then there's another one somewhere. All right. So we're also going to bring in a friend of ours who is also in the world of robot combat and has some 3D printers. Here to chat with us today about some 3D printing. Let's welcome in our returning guest, Caden.
Hello, that's me. Yeah,
Caden.
sorry, I'm
Surprise
projects while I'm watching here. How's it going?
All right, so you're seeing yourself times two. You're seeing yourself on like two different screens.
No, it pulls up the stream here while I'm in the waiting thing.
Well, welcome back. So let's see.
Hello. Sorry, my hair's a mess.
What? He came back?
I am back. Yeah. Sorry, I'm working on stuff right now. I'm volunteering at a Halloween thing tomorrow, and I am repurposing my large 12-pound robot.
Nice. So what all 3D printers do you have?
Oh boy. Well, let's see. So I started with the Prusa i3 Mark III. It's up on the shelf right now. I upgraded it to a Mark III's. No, the 3.5. I upgraded it to later. I got a heavily modified Ender V2, which I got from Mark, which was used for like nylon printing and whatnot. I got a Maker Select V2, which is not something that people are going to know. And I bought that from somebody with the scrap. They got it in the scrap, and I bought it from him for like $100. It's not even worth that. It's a project printer. And then I have the P1S with the AMS, and that thing is that's nice too.
Oh yeah, that's been my dream printer for the longest time, and we recently heard news about the new Bambu Lab printer, the P2S.
Yeah, curious to see how that compares.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing, for one, the price difference. Mm-hmm. Seeing, would it be worth it to get a P1S or the P2S? Because I haven't really spotted very many differences between the two. But I also need to do more research on that, and then we'll see about price difference once they're available here in the US.
Monoprice Maker Select. I've owned a couple of those. Yeah. That's awesome. Beautiful. Back in the day when printing wasn't so easy. Basically fixing your printer was the hobby.
Yeah. So let's see. The P2S is available for purchase if you are in Canada or the UK, I believe. So my suggestion, go move to Canada or the UK long enough to buy a P2S.
There you go.
I'm not that impatient. I really wouldn't suggest that.
A lot of quality of life differences. Yeah, that's kind of just what it seems like. Just kind of quality of life stuff, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
That taped in. You know what? I'm gonna do something.
Why is it called benchy when I don't see a bench? That's a good question. That is a good question.
It's the bench.
I just printed one today. I'm not even joking. Just a few hours ago.
Testing out a new printer or something?
I actually printed that for a friend.
Ah.
Yeah, I went to go visit a friend just before the stream started, and I decided before I left the house, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to print him a benchy.
You remember Powerball 12?
That thing, I think that looks a little bit different than the last time I saw it.
Well, yeah, it's just the frame of it. It's missing all of its fancy bits. The good stuff.
Oh.
Yep, that is not getting used tomorrow. I was joking about this, but there's like a community center by here, and they're doing like a big Halloween event for the kids, and they're doing like a movie in the park kind of thing. So it's Minecraft themed, and they're doing the Minecraft movie because that's what all the kids like this year is Minecraft and Minecraft.
Yeah.
Movie. And so I was joking with them because what we were doing is we were cutting out a bunch of like cardboard squares to like put Minecraft stuff on. And I was joking with them, and I was like, oh yeah, I could, make a RC creeper and drive it around. And and they were like, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing! You should totally do that. Thank you for doing that. Would be like so incredible. Wow, we signed you right on for that." And I was like, "No, wait, that was a joke. That was a joke. I was joking. I was joking." And they didn't think it was a joke. So guess what I'm
Oh
doing?
no. Oh man.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is, you know that you said they're playing the new Minecraft movie.
Yeah,
Is it that one? Okay, that came out earlier this year, I believe.
probably sounds right.
I never watched it myself, but be ready for any chicken jockey popcorn throwing.
Yo, yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I've seen some
guess what,
videos.
Anyway, guess what? Powerball 12 is getting repurposed into
A robot.
giant RC creeper.
Oh.
Built in a cardboard.
Ooh.
Mostly Amazon boxes. You're going to talk about 3D printing. That's what you need it for. Situations like this.
Wow.
This is going to be the head, and it's going to move on this servo. But I'm getting hella community service hours for this, so let's go. My teacher's going to be so happy. But I'm hooking up a lot of very non-BattleBotsy parts. Toggle switches.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I have an interesting idea since benchies were brought up.
Mm.
I just thought of this a few days ago. What if, now that I have this amazing A1 Mini, which I will rave about forever, what if I've already printed a couple of benchies, the normal size little guys. What if I scaled it up as big as it can possibly be on the A1 Mini?
I saw somebody once made a life-size benchy.
I wonder how long that took to print.
Probably a long time. Probably a really, really long time.
I printed a robot frame on this thing. It took 11 hours.
Oh boy. I'm printing out giant mounting parts for this RC creeper right now, and it's only going to take like 2 hours. I am printing it in ABS though, so. My God, where's the plug for this? Sorry, I am multitasking like crazy. Got a lot going on.
Bearded Printer says that would be one bench.
It was Emily, the engineer, that did the full-size benchy. You're right.
I'm going to have to look that one up on YouTube right after the stream ends.
You should. It's great. She makes a lot of good stuff.
Okay. I definitely will. I'll have to look that up.
Mm-hmm.
See, I found on Maker World just a few days ago a flexible benchy. It was the funniest thing.
But why though?
Oh man, why not? Oh man, I'm gonna see if Bambu Studio works long enough for me to pull this up. I think I saved it. I don't know if I did.
Time for me to do my favorite stressful activity, which is swapping connectors on batteries.
Ooh. Yeah, you better be careful with those LiPo batteries.
Yep. I saw a thing once where someone was just like, oh yeah, time to take the connector off this LiPo and just cut it right there across both wires.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Do not.
One wire at a time.
Yeah. That's how we don't do fires. Luckily, I'm in the garage, so if there is some kind of fire, I can just open the garage door.
Nice. Oh, I think I found it. And I'm going to bring this on screen because this is hilarious. At the stage. Here we go. Look at this thing. I got a good laugh out of this. Where's let's see. That is just the funniest thing ever.
I saw somebody made a benchy battleship once. That was really interesting.
Look at that.
Why though?
Why not? It's a fidget toy.
That is true. That is true.
I would have too much fun with that. Just give me some TPU and oh man, that's hilarious. Did I ever get a mouse? No, no need for a mouse.
That's okay. I never got a mouse either. I played Minecraft with a trackpad like a true gamer.
That wiggle is so goofy. Yes, it is. That is hilarious. I was laughing good when I found that on Maker World. And I might as well just point it out since I just mentioned Maker World. I put a Maker World sticker on this printer too. Nobody saw it.
I think you mentioned that when you were saying what stickers you put on it.
Yeah, it was spotted. The Bambu Lab sticker I have right here, which you cannot currently see apparently. But I got another one. It's back here, the Maker World sticker.
Ah. I got repeat Robotics stickers on here, and I got Send Cut Send stickers.
I got a bunch of these stickers, and I wonder who this is anyway.
Yeah, if only there was some company that would sponsor me that would have that logo.
Polymaker, Macker, I don't know.
Nobody knows.
To get a mouse, it will change your life. I don't need a mouse. It's kind of like there's a built-in one on this laptop, and I'm already used to it. And a mouse is just stupid. It drives me nuts.
I will say I've been
Plastic
doing everything.
maker, there you go.
I've been doing everything on a trackpad, and I will say the mouse is just so much better. Oh my god, I need to reliably use my mouse. I never do, and I really should.
Yeah, I've used Bluetooth mouse on a laptop, kind of like the one I'm using right now, and it is dumb. I don't like it. But anyway, also I have another shout out here.
I gotta get one of these nice CAD mouses.
A CAD mouse?
Mm-hmm. You know those, right?
I've not. I've not heard of such a thing.
Oh yeah, it's like a mouse specifically made for CAD purposes. It's got a big toggle joystick thing in the middle and a bunch of buttons on the side, so you can shortcut to your functions and whatnot, and rotate the models. It's really cool. Actually, technically, I have one. I just have to set it up. It was one of those things that I got from the guy got it in the scrap, and I got it from him.
Nice. I'm gonna have to look into that.
You should. If you're gonna be doing CAD, you should get a CAD mouse. Unless you're me and you have one and you just never bothered to set it up.
I'll take it off your hands if it's such a burden.
I gotta figure out how to set it up. The sensitivity was absurd on it. So every time I tapped it a little bit, it would just shoot to the corner of the screen, and I was like, "Stop!"
Weird. So I also have another shout out, not a sponsored shout out, but I just think this is an absolutely amazing product. So shout out to the company Vision Miner for their nanopolymer adhesive. I just got a few samples of this stuff, and it is amazing bed adhesion. This stuff is amazing.
It's interesting. I haven't heard of them.
Yeah, I was watching a Twitch streamer that I happen to really keep up with. Some of you in the live chat may know who I'm talking about when I say the LM show. Loyal Moses and Mrs. LM, they are fantastic people over on Twitch, hosting the LM show usually twice a week. And so they did a giveaway. They do an unbelievable amount of Polymaker giveaways. They also do other giveaways at times, like they gave away some Vision Miner nanopolymer adhesive samples. So I got 5 of these little pouches with their bed adhesion. And nice. I've already used a couple. Of course, I've already used a couple. But they did a giveaway. I happened to get in on that. And so I got my hands on some of this amazing stuff. They do sell them in bottles, 2 different size bottles. Bearded Printer knows what I'm talking about. Vision Miner is neat. Yes, Vision Miner is neat. Where'd you get the weird glasses? These weird glasses? You calling my glasses weird? Oh no, you're talking to Caden. Just messing. All right.
These actually are new glasses, but I'm getting used to them slowly.
These are fun, but I don't like wearing them. Although, I wish I had some sunglasses that were heavily tinted like these things. Because these were just some thing I bought off of Amazon as a joke. I thought these would be some cheap little crap. I don't know. But they're actually really good. I really like these. I just don't like wearing them for a long time.
Fair enough. These are giant wires to put on this XT60.
I'm a little distracted right now because I was planning on, I see soldering smoke.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
I was going to apply some of this bed adhesion onto the build plate and then get started on printing, but I need a brush and I forgot where I put my paintbrushes. That was just smart.
Might be important.
Yeah. So it's just a simple liquid. You just need a little bit and just brush it on the entire build plate. And you could easily go 10, 20, 50 prints without washing your build plate. Just reposition everything you're printing. Like if you print something, just for an example, if you print something in this corner, don't print in this corner again before washing the build plate. Just go to another part of the build plate. Technically, you could print on this corner again with that adhesion, but it's going to leave some marks. I found that out the hard way.
Yeah.
Also, another pro tip: let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes before taking it off the build plate. Or depending on how big your print is, I usually sometimes just let it sit for an hour if it takes up a large portion.
Like you're waiting after the print to take it off the bed?
Yeah.
That was a long time.
Yeah, just when it's done printing, give it about 20, 30 minutes. I do an hour depending on how big the print is, but I really don't think you have to wait that long. But let's see. Let me see if I can find a paintbrush around here. I can just use my finger on the bed, right?
Technically.
I'm not doing that.
I mean, the oils on your finger probably aren't going to be great for adhesion if you're doing that, but
it would totally defeat the purpose. But I guess there's only one way to confirm that.
I've done worse.
Yep. Earlier today when I printed that benchy, I almost forgot to put the build plate on the printer. I almost printed without it.
Speaking of things you should not do.
I have a whole list. Don't even go there. Yeah, I washed this. I went in the kitchen and did the usual. Washed it in the kitchen sink with a sponge, separate from what I wash my dishes with, of course. And some dish soap, like Dawn dish soap. And then I just kind of left it there to dry. And I went to go start that benchy, and I looked down and I realized, where's my bed?
Yeah, that's an important part.
That it is. That it is. So our paintbrushes, if you want to put this adhesive on there, but I guess I'll look for it later. Let's go ahead and fire this thing up. I'm going to wait for the beeping. And there it is.
That's the printer sound?
Yeah, you heard that?
Yeah.
Yep, that's a startup sound.
I didn't know the printer had a startup sound.
It does actually. It has that startup sound. It also has it has a different startup sound when you start a print, and it also sings when a print is done.
That's kind of funny.
At least that's how I
my printer to do that. Mine just sends me the notification that it's done through Bambu Handy.
Oh, that too. I get that on my phone after every print.
Yeah.
And then there's times where I start a print and forget something important, and I go, "Oh shoot!" I stop it on the printer, and I get a notification on my phone. Print has been canceled. Like, I know, I canceled it.
The little XT60 I was soldering popped out of the helping hand. It scared the crap out of me. Soldering very, very small connectors on this big, scary, high voltage battery, and something just pops up at you. It's yeah, scared me a bit. And now I don't know where it fell.
I gave myself a 2nd-degree burn with a soldering gun days before a competition one time. Not even joking.
That's great.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
Yeah, I recommend
that again. I was planning on doing it again.
Oh,
maybe go for a 3rd degree.
Of course, as one does.
Yeah, maybe I'll go for a 3rd degree this time.
There you go. Get your gotta get your robot scars all on your hands.
That's right.
That jerk Powerball 12 gave me like 6 scars. It was awful.
I think I might still have that scar from that burn. I don't even remember.
I lost I lost half of my thumbprint to a soldering iron once.
Ugh, that was fun. I bet. Fun fact: you can change the sound it makes when a print starts. I have mine set to the Kirby theme song. I looked into that. I couldn't figure out how to change the sound. I figured out how to turn a sound off, but I did not figure out how to change a sound. So that's quite interesting. I'm gonna have to look into some A1 Mini sounds. If I could do the Imperial March when it starts a print, that would be hilarious.
You ever change the startup tones on your ESCs?
I am still yet to do that.
You should reprogram them while you're in there too. Give them some more startup torque.
Yeah, I've looked into putting some startup sounds.
You should.
I saw somebody do that one time with the Imperial March. I'm like, oh crap, I got to figure out how to do that.
Well, yeah, that's a common one. I think I'm pretty sure Order 66 has that one in there. It would make sense if so.
Yeah, it was Team Junkyard Dog that when I first found out you could do sounds in your ESCs, it was from one of their YouTube shorts from them turning on a 3-pounder.
Some heat shrink on here. Be all professional about this.
You only be professional on camera, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Exactly. As soon as we're off camera, it's all bets are off.
Yeah. So does that mean on camera I have to call you Mr. Troyer?
Oh yeah, of course, obviously. Wait, you weren't doing that before?
No.
Oh my gosh, I feel so disrespected. Can't believe this.
I'm not even going to bother asking what you usually call me off camera.
I just say the Space Junk guy.
I should change the subject before I say that. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oh, man. I actually got a couple of good ideas one day when I was doing some 3D printing stuff.
Yeah.
One of the ideas I actually got from you.
And so what was that?
I'm blaming you for this one. This one's all your fault.
Oh, I see. I'm being blamed for something.
Mm-hmm.
I see. This changes the context.
And instead of spending money on a robot, I spent money on a sketchbook.
Ah, that's a rabbit hole, all right.
Of course, I put a Polymaker sticker on it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You get some good ideas in there?
Not yet. I usually just CAD out the robot designs. I'm still yet to sketch anything out. I did one sketch, but that was before I got the sketchbook, so I just did it on a random sheet of paper.
As one does.
But, yeah. I also got a what do you call it? A notebook. I had this idea. It's actually helpful. I got a notebook, and every time I print something, I write down what it is and what my print settings are, because I always forget.
You can also, you can just save the project too, right?
I just found that out a couple days ago. I'm not even joking.
But can the sketchbook fight robots? That is a great question and something that I should figure out. I should make a sketchbook robot. Where did my tape go?
When will Space Junk go to RSL? Ooh, that's a good question. By the way, just want to say congratulations, Rough House Robotics. You found a question I've never been asked before. It's usually just the same old stuff from everybody. Nobody's ever asked me about RSL, like the national championships.
I don't think that's the championships.
Or that?
That's
something else.
Yeah, that's RSE. Or
yeah.
No, sorry, that's
RCE.
RCE. Yeah, sorry, I'm multitasking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
I just don't have a brain cell. That's my excuse, I guess.
No, same. I used all my brain cells already is the problem. Oh, it's America. Okay. I want to go to America event.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I have looked at that event, but too far. It is definitely not in Florida.
All right, how about this? When are you going to go to an NHRL?
Also not in Florida.
But you should go.
Yeah, I'm going to go one day. Who knows?
Yeah, good. I guess you gotta build a beetle first, huh?
Yep, getting there.
Yeah, when are you doing that?
I've actually been CAD designing a beetle the last few days. I'm not even joking.
Yeah? Nice.
Think I should sketch that out too?
My beetle for Ruckus is gonna be it's gonna be something. It is gonna be something. If it gets together anyway, we'll see. I don't want to say I was banking on a filament sponsorship, but it certainly would have helped the odds a good bit, I will say.
I couldn't tell you what that's like to be sponsored by a filament company.
It's probably just my email got lost somewhere.
That's I know they'll get to it.
Yeah, they will, I'm sure. If not, I'll just send a follow-up email. It'll be fine.
I did something stupid. They don't even know this, so if anybody from Polymaker's watching,
oh boy.
I did something kind of stupid one time, but I sent them an email, and I hardly ever keep up with emails half the time. I sent them an email, and I'm like, well, I didn't know Polymaker as well as I do now when I sent them that email. So I figured, well, I'm either going to get it ignored or I'll get a no or just whatever. What's the worst they can say?
Right?
No. No's the worst thing they can say. But, I was like, shoot, I'm going to go for it. Be awesome if they did, but I sent them the email. Yeah, I sent the email and completely ignored my emails for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And they responded to the email within minutes with a yes. I went back the next day. I'm like, I wonder if that company ever sent me a response. I wonder if Polymaker ever said anything. I went back and I saw it was from yesterday. I'm like, and I didn't know about this yesterday.
You know what? That is fair. I've not checked my email today.
Bingo.
Yeah,
So it's probably the day they emailed you.
Probably, right? Let's see. Nope. Nope, doesn't look like it.
I don't think I've checked my emails today.
Let me check my spam mail just to be sure here. No.
Oh, and just a heads up, if anybody ever gets an email from me about canned meat, don't open it. It's spam. I had to.
Oof. Can we boo jokes on the stream?
You want to boo me on my own stream?
If you're gonna make jokes like that, wait. What is that? You had that ready? You had that ready? You knew how bad of a joke that was, and you had that ready? That's crazy. Get a soundboard ready. Boos for himself.
Yep. Oh man. Oh, I'm getting booed in the live chat too. Oh man. Y'all are mean. Oh man.
You could say they're
I'm
spamming
out of here. Oh, come on. Wow.
Oy.
Spamming the chat.
I just washed my hair, so it is like everywhere. All right.
Yes, I do have sound effects, by the way.
All right, I have swapped my connector, and nothing blew up, which is great. Love that.
Nice.
Love that nothing blew up. It is a very small battery. It is just a little... Oh, wait, hang on. Sorry, this is the wrong one. Here it is.
Holy crap, that's big. Whoa.
Yes, this is my 6S 10,000 mAh LiPo battery.
What? Look how big that is.
For reference, this is the one... This is Hyperdrive's battery. Here's this battery.
So a battery for a 3-pound combat robot versus a 12-pound.
Versus a battery that is 3 pounds. This is not for a 12-pound robot. This is about 5 times over capacity for a 12-pound robot.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to ask what you plan on doing with such a battery.
Running a robot forever and ever and ever, basically.
Let me know how that goes.
I will. You'll probably see it on my Instagram if it works. Hard if. Also,
if.
It might just blow up right now, so we'll see. It can blow up any second. Well, it says 6S. This looks good. Is that storage voltage? Cool. It's a good sign.
10 years to charge.
Probably.
Wow. Oh man. Let's see.
Move the current up a little bit. 6S LiPo 4.2. And it's charging. Look at that. Look at that, huh?
So yes or no, everybody's best guess. Will that battery finish charging before the end of the stream?
I'm gonna go with a no. Be real with you. How much does that battery cost? A lot more than what I bought it for.
Ooh.
There's a dude getting rid of these on Facebook Marketplace, and it wasn't me actually, it was my buddy. He bought like 6 of them. He got like a really, really, really good deal on it. So he bought like 6 of them, and he gave me one to mess with. So this is the one. This is what I'm messing with. But nice. It is going to power my 12-pound robot for like ever. I didn't do the exact math on it, but I'm thinking if I run the 12-pound using way over kV, like over wattage, super strong drive motors, and one of, if not like the biggest weapon motor in the 12-pound category that I know of. Tempest 4130 is this? It doesn't say. I don't remember. I think it's 4130. But basically, insane, way over the top drive motors, one of the largest weapon motors in 12s that I'm aware of. And I use a 2200 Ma 6S. So about 5 times less than this battery. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be running the robot on about 20% speed on the drive motors and no weapon motor. So I'm hoping that this lasts forever and ever and ever and ever. But we'll see.
So here's my question.
What is your question?
When you get your robot
Mm-hmm.
complete and everything functions as expected,
Right.
at least that's the goal.
That is the goal. That is true.
But when you get everything up and running,
Mm-hmm.
when you spin your spinning weapon at full speed,
Yeah.
what should I expect to happen if I were to, say, stick my finger near that blade?
Bye-bye finger. Yeah, my blade on Powerball 12 it's an inch thick, and it is geared for 300 miles an hour. So picture an inch of AR 500 spinning at 300 miles an hour, hitting your finger.
Bye-bye finger.
It would not feel great. It would not feel great.
No.
No, it would not.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab something. Be right back.
He's going to go stick his finger in the weapon. Y'all don't tell him I said that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get a print started. Let's see. I know I've said that before, but we're going to go ahead and do it. So the advice I heard from a lot of people is when you get your first 3D printer, a good first 3D print for you would to print a benchy, which we had talked about earlier in the stream, those little boats. So that's going to be the first print that we do on stream, because why not? So we're going to print a benchy. Now I'm going to do one of 3 colors. I have 3 color options. Everybody in the live chat, tell me which one I should do. Which one do you want to see me print with? Black, dark purple, or blue? I'll give you just a moment to type in your answer. You want to see a black benchy, a dark purple benchy, or a blue benchy? For the record, I have already printed one in dark purple, and it came out super cool looking. And the benchy was already a design that was already loaded on the printer when we got it. There's a few different ones. There's just the normal benchy. There's one that said speed. I'm guessing prints faster than usual. There's also one for multicolor. It has 3 colors. Let's see. Purple. Oh, we have dark purple. Let me see. Here it is. There's that dark purple PLA. Polylight PLA Pro in dark purple. Oh, you're back just in time for us to talk about standard PLA printed robots. Look at that.
There you go. Imagine that, 300 miles an hour. Goodbye, finger.
Yikes.
There you go.
Print of Flexi Benchy. Do you think that kind of thing would flex that much in PLA?
Yeah, it all kind of depends on geometry. PLA actually can have a good bit of give to it with the right geometry, you know?
I was thinking about waiting until I get my hands on some TPU.
You probably don't need to. There's a lot of flexible prints that are made out of PLA and like intended for PLA.
Yeah. Let's see. So while you were away, I mentioned we're going to go ahead and start a print.
Okay.
The advice I heard from everybody is when you get your first 3D printer, your first print should be a Benchy.
This is true.
I was stubborn. I did not print a Benchy at first.
Boo. Everybody boo this guy. Boo. There you go.
You triggered it.
Chat.
How many times are you going to boo me?
Depends how many times you're going to do booable things.
So, let's see. I did not print a Benchy at first. I printed many things until I ran into a minor issue with this A1 Mini.
Oh boy.
I got in touch with a friend who has a Bambu printer, and he said to print a Benchy and see what happens.
This is true.
I printed the Benchy with the filament I already had loaded in it, which was dark purple.
Okay.
So I now have a dark purple Benchy. I also printed a Benchy for a friend today, and it was with the blue filament that I have. I said we're going to print a Benchy today on stream. I gave 3 options. Should we print it in black, dark purple, or blue?
Are you asking me?
You and everybody in the live chat, and so far I got 1 vote for the dark purple.
See, okay, here's the thing. I do like dark purple, right? I like that, but also blue and orange are Gator colors, and black is one of my colors in my brand. I'm always black and orange, so I think I'm gonna go with black.
Nice.
That's my vote.
I actually have one. And for the record, I am streaming this in my bedroom floor. I'm going to stand up so I can see what I'm dealing with here. There we go. There it is. There's your dark purple Benchy that I have printed previously. That's when I was having that minor issue with the A1 Mini. And it did show me a few things, but... Purple is close enough to black, so purple.
All right. I'm putting this thing on 25%. I don't want to like scare kids with this thing. I don't want a creeper coming at them at like 20 miles an hour. I feel like that might scare some people. This side's kind of struggling a little bit. Why is that?
There goes that blue. All right, let me see. Let me get my face on camera there. So that's the blue standard PLA we got from Polymaker, which I used this for a Benchy earlier today. But nobody wants to see that. Let's see. I like the shelves we got over there for storage too. Those are nice.
What's up?
So for the black, we've got Polylite PLA Pro. And we also got Polymax PLA.
Nice. Gotta love some Polymax.
Yep. Although the Polymax doesn't come in 1 full kilogram spools.
Yeah, it comes in the
3/4. Yeah. So I'm trying to. I have used that for a couple of small, not robot related things, like test prints, basically. I'm trying not to do that anymore with Polymax. I'm trying to reserve that for bot parts at this point, because
yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. I mean, I have Polylite PLA Pro, so if I want to print something fun, I'll just use that.
Good call. Good call.
do 3 different prints, all being different colors. Good idea. Oh, I also printed this really cool little tool here. So for anybody that uses FingerTech Robotics brand of hubs.
Oh, is it the little twist hub thing?
Yep.
Ah, nice.
Little tool that helps with the twist hubs. And this thing, honestly, in my opinion, this works better than the little hub key they give you.
Really?
Yeah. It's been really nice. I actually recently printed some hubs for my plastic ant that I'm going to be fighting at Ruckus. And I used Polymax PLA for the record.
Nice, nice.
And so I got to test this out on some 3D printed hubs, which they're literally the same as the FingerTech hubs, just 3D printed.
Yeah.
So that gave me a good test subject for these. And of course, I tried them on the aluminum hubs I have on this junk.
Do those hold on the drive shafts very well? Because you'd think that it wouldn't be, the plastic's not like, you can't really thread into that super well with one of the set screws.
That one, I actually don't even have a set screw for those. So it's not staying on.
Are those holding on okay?
Not really. I need to get set screws for them.
Well,
I could show you.
You know what you should do? You know what I recommend is
Get set screws.
Do I have an old Powerball wheel in here? Well, yes, but that's not the end of it. I recommend doing a set screw, but also sticking a little an M3 nut in there. That way it has like actual metal threads to grab onto, or else it's just gonna be trying to grab into the plastic, and that's gonna like come out all the time. So I swear I just had wheels over here that had that. I don't know where it went. My workstation here is a bit of a mess right now. Ah, here we go.
Same.
There you go. So stick a little M3 square nut in there, and then you can put your thread screw through there, and it'll thread through the metal threads and hold on a little better.
That's a smart idea.
'Tis smart. That's why we do it.
Do benchy boats float?
Not really. They're a little top heavy. They kind of flop over.
Ask me that question again after I print a benchy that takes up the whole build volume.
I'm sure if you messed with the infill, you could get it to work. I printed a Psyduck themed rubber duck once, and I messed with the infills to make it a little like bottom heavy, so when you put it in water, it would float upright.
Oh, wow.
It worked pretty well, so you know it's possible.
What CAD software do you use? I use Onshape.
Benchies are not a great boat design. Lol, true. This is true.
I actually... Where's the benchy I just had? Oh, it's gone. I noticed something today when I printed a benchy with the blue filament. It has a little wheel in there, like the wheel that would be in a boat to steer the thing. I didn't notice that the first time I printed it with the dark purple. I noticed that when I printed in blue today. I was quite surprised. So, let's see. Which one is this? I got so much filament in front of me now. Dark purple. Bingo. There's the stuff.
All right, let's try this again. If this drive motor doesn't work, I'm going to be so sad. Oh, that was on. Whoops.
Bingo. There's some Polylight PLA Pro in black, and that's what we're going to use for a benchy.
Nice, nice.
Kind of wish I had some orange Polymax right about now. Filament, load. All right, so it's going to heat up the whole hot end and everything. And once everything is heated up, filament's going to go down in. It's not even showing the top on camera. Yeah, once it's heated up, the filament will get loaded in and we will be set to go.
All right. Just a heads up, I cannot actually stay much longer. I know I have not contributed much. I hear children in the background of Caden's screen. How? I'm not anywhere near any children right now. I hate to break this to you, but you're going crazy.
That noise you're making a minute ago, it did sound like screaming.
That's just me screaming. Ah!
Ah!
Ah! I have so much stuff to do. Ah! I still have homework due tonight. Ah!
You have very valid reasons to be screaming right about now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We'll see. I'm swapping out. I'm printing a giant part right now that sits in the weapon upright here. That oh yeah, well, I was testing some motors. That's probably what it was. I'm printing a giant part that mounts in here where the weapon normally goes, and it mounts a PVC pipe right here that goes into the stand for the creeper. So we will see how that goes. No Darren jokes yet. Darren's not here. But you'll have to get him on the stream because I do have to be going soon. In fact, soon might actually be right now. Now that I think about it, because I got this charging, and there's nothing else I can do with this. I do have a lot of things I got to do tonight still to get it working.
So you're going to ding-dong ditch us.
It's a lot.
Isn't that nice?
Sorry, it's a busy night. I did say I could only stick around for a bit, but I'll show you this.
Yeah.
How about that, huh?
I'm going to grab something I'm going to show you before you head out.
Big old cardboard body, and then this sucker on a servo, which I haven't actually, it's not hooked up right now, but I have tested it, and it does work. The head spins like this, turns on the body, but I haven't anchored down the servo yet. I'm still going to do that, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, so let me show you.
Is that the printed twist up?
Yep, that's the one I printed. And oh, it looks like that stuff is extruding. So it's extruding the old filament, purging the old filament, I should say. So I'm going to give you a quick demonstration here and get closer to the camera. So it works just like the little hub key. You line up these two squares with the two holes.
Mm-hmm.
Lock it in place. Push. My fingers don't work tonight, apparently.
You're not doing a great job of arguing the case of that thing.
Look at that. Push, twist. It's all.
Nice.
It just stays on there, too.
Like a little Lego piece.
Yeah. And then just line it up. Push, twist, bingo.
Nice.
I like this thing a lot. This printer just pooped on me.
As one does, of course.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it?
I'm a little worried that one of the drive sides doesn't look like it was terribly responsive, so I'm hoping that it's a battery charge thing, but if not, I'm going to have to replace it with one of my spares, which is not something that I necessarily want to do. Especially not tonight, because I'm going to have a long night already.
Print files. Down. Bench you. Turn that off.
All right, let's see the setup. That's
and print. Wait for the startup sounds.
All right.
Wait for it. And in about 20 minutes, you'll hear another beeping sound. As I like to call it, it will sing when the print is done.
Nice.
So you'll hear singing in about 20 minutes.
That's fun. I'm sure my printer can do that. I just haven't. I've never tried that.
There we go.
All right. Well, I think I have done all the stuff that I can do out here in the garage. So I think I am gonna have to leave you here, but we will see because I got to come back to this project later tonight. So we will see. Depending on how late you are going, I might be able to jump back on later.
All right. We'll be going till 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
No.
that's probably when I'm
Not
gonna
happening.
still be up working on this. I gotta do a bunch of stuff. I gotta do shaft replacements on these 2315s too, so that'll be fun.
Nice. Yeah, the
Gotta
printer
ask
right now is
Steve if
doing
he
a
has any
vibration
more
test. Can you hear it?
No.
So right now it's just vibrating the crap out of the machine. Oh, I guess it's done
Right.
now.
That's just the input shaping calibration, right?
Yeah. Let's
All right.
see.
Well, I do think I have to head out, but I will see if I can jump on later.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time and joining us.
Of course. Thanks for having me for all of the like 20 minutes I felt like I was here.
We've been streaming for an hour.
All right. Thanks for having me for an hour then. I
Yes,
will
I'll be for an
I will
hour.
leave you here. Hope you have a good stream if I'm not back.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have some fun. See ya. All right. Now it's just me and the A1 Mini. Hey, that rhymed. All right, so everything's heating up right now. And let's see. I never defined my brush, so I'm not going to put any of that adhesive on here. But let's see. Let me go. I haven't looked at the comments in a hot second. Sorry about that, chat. Any new Robot Rumble 2 bots made? No, but I've been making some modifications to the one that we made a couple of weeks ago. No, Kaden. Yeah, it's all good. I definitely appreciate Kaden for taking the time to come on here and talk 3D printing with us and showing off some of the stuff that he prints for his robots. It's always a fun time with him. Getting to see a big 12-pound combat robot. Combat robots are always awesome. I can't even see the screen anymore. I was trying to figure out what is heating up. I can go to Bambu Studio, which is loaded on here on my laptop here. And let's see. Oh, there we go. So in just a moment, it'll start the bed leveling process. I can go ahead and see it starting now. And there it goes. I'm trying to find, again. All right, let me bring this up on screen. Take a look at this. So here is the whole Bambu Studio here on my computer, where I can control a bunch of things. Like if you follow my mouse over here, I can control the temperature of the hot end, which is where the filament is extruding from. Right now, it's currently heating up to 230. Isn't that a little excessive for PLA? It usually prints at 220, so let me just go ahead and put it at 220. Oh, it's printing. Look at that, we have our first layer. Let me hide that for just a moment so we can get a closer look. Now, normally what I like to do is to get a flashlight. There we go. I'm not going to point it right at the camera, of course. I like to hold a flashlight at it so I can see the first layer real good. Make sure it's printing okay, because that first layer is everything. As fast as that thing's printing, for all I know, it's probably halfway done. Let's take a look. Bring up Bambu Studio. Look at this. We're on layer 6. Y'all you see this. It just started. We're on layer 7, 8. Good grief. I can't keep up. Layer 9. Out of 192, we're on 10. So it gives you progress. You can stay updated on the progress of your print. It tells you how far into the print you are. We're 30% of the way through it. It tells you what layer you're on, how many layers are in the print. The estimated time your print will finish, and of course it's military time. I wonder if I could change that. It tells you how much longer is left in the print, so it'll be done in 14 minutes. Of course, I can control a lot of things over here to the right. I can control the position of the extruder, the nozzle, and all that stuff. The temperature, also the temperature of the build plate, which is down here. The nozzle temp is right here. Bed temp down here. Fan settings, all kinds of whatnot, using PLA. I should have checked that when I loaded the filament in there, but that's okay. Yes, that is speedy. It is very speedy. It is insane. Not even the small ones will take 40 minutes. I have a Creality CR10 V3. That was my very first printer, and I can't stand that thing. It would probably take 40 minutes just to get through the first layer. Okay, that might be exaggerating it a little bit, but you get the point. This thing, as fast as it moves so fast. I don't know if you can see it if I go here. But it moves so fast, it's kind of shifting the whole end table that I have it sitting on. And sometimes I start hearing thuds against this wall. And that's when I know the spool is hitting the wall. I better move this forward a little bit. I need something a little bit more sturdy or something that will hold it in place. Let me bring this back on. We're going to watch the layers. Why did it just do that? There we go. That was weird, but we got it. 25 layers. Is it already on 32? Oh, man, I blinked and we jumped to 32. My goodness. Let's just watch this thing in action. That's amazing. I could just stare at this kind of thing for hours. I love it. Benchy speed run. Oh, this is normal. There's another Benchy. I don't know if you heard me mention this earlier, but there is another Benchy file loaded onto this printer already that's made for speed printing, so it'll probably print a whole lot faster than this thing. I've not tried it out for myself, couldn't tell you. I have no idea how fast that thing prints, and maybe I'll print that one of these days. Maybe. At least I'm guessing it prints faster because it does have the word speedy on it in all caps. Oh, I just realized this is a time lapse. A live time lapse. All right. If this was a time lapse, I would be talking fast like Eminem. You can understand the word I'm saying. And to prove that this is not a time lapse, hope that helps. This is not, I swear. I showed a video that I took while printing something. I showed the video to a friend of mine, and he saw how fast it was. And I said, dude, I did not even speed this video up at all. It's just naturally that fast. Not even kidding. I do like recording videos. Sometimes I do get time-lapse videos as well. The camera sucks. If anybody gets the A1 Mini, the camera, there is a camera located. I got to be careful of this thing moving. See if I can reach around it. There's a camera right here. Right where that light is at, there's a camera next to that light. The camera, no good. You get like one frame every several seconds. It's bad. It's good enough. You can see the print. It's clear image. But like I said, one frame every several seconds. It's bad. It's real bad. It's like stop motion, but worse. It'll be done in 9 minutes. I just checked. Let's bring this back on. Look at this. 9 minutes. We're on layer 57. And right here where you see this black screen, that's where the camera would be. If I push this button and turn the camera on, the camera would be viewed right here. I'm just not going to turn it on. I don't feel like it. It also does have a camera that you can put, not camera, sorry. It has a cover that you can put over the camera if you don't want to use it. You can also slide it over to cover the light, which wouldn't affect the lighting at all. It's a bright light, but it doesn't really shine on the print bed that much. I did notice that as well. But let's see. We are nearly 60% of the way into this. Look at that, 60%. Layer 64 of 192. Isn't that something? My goodness. Yeah, let's see. It got slower? I don't know. It is going lightning fast. At this point, it's printed so many layers, it's got less for it to print at this point because it's almost done. We're almost there. And this is for anybody who 3D prints, any 3D printing nerds, anybody, really just anybody. I got a question for you. Anybody watching, comment in the live chat. If you had an unlimited amount of filament, a Bambu printer if you don't already have one, and time is nothing for you. Again, unlimited filament that you didn't pay for, what would you print? What would you print with your unlimited amount of filament? Just a fun little question. Spark the conversation. If you had an unlimited amount of filament, what would you print? Manta ray. Think you like manta rays. Combat robot. Bingo. There's the answer I'm looking for. I'm kidding. But everybody, honestly, if you had unlimited amount of materials, what would you 3D print? Does the printer work? This printer? I think it works. Manta ray combat robot. Nice. That is looking so good. I have not printed a Benchy in black yet, so that is black, right? I know, pretty sure. Yeah, printed in black. That's one color I have that I have not printed a Benchy with yet. Like I said, I did dark purple. I printed a blue one, which I no longer have with me because I gave it to a friend today. But we could print a blue Benchy if you want to see a blue Benchy. Caden is really missing out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like he said, he's got a Bambu Lab printer. This is the P1S. It's bigger than this. It's an enclosed one. It's not an open printer like this. It's already enclosed. If I want this to be enclosed, I have to buy an enclosure separately, but not if you have the P1S or the new P2S when that comes out. Almost done. Is there an earthquake or is it just the speed of the printer? With the layers. Yeah. Definitely a sight to behold there. So the build volume of the A1 Mini is 180 millimeters. So it's 180 by 180 by 180. So width, length, and height, you have 180 millimeters to work with, which for those that don't speak millimeters, it's just a hair over 7 inches. If you have the P1S like Caden has, and like what I wish I had, that's bigger. It's a 256. 256 millimeters, all dimensions, so 256 by 256 by 256. I don't remember what that is in inches. It's a few inches bigger, I can tell you that. I thought it was 140 or something. Nope, it's 180. I've seen smaller. I do not want smaller. It just hit the wall again. I hear the spool making a few thuds against the wall. That's how I know it's time to move this thing again. And I need a little something sturdier than this table. It's just a temporary setup. We're going to have a much better setup going into 2026. Let's see. Streaming announcement, by the way, for anybody watching. We do try to stream every other Thursday. And so far, we've been consistent about that. Of course, tonight we're streaming. Can't talk tonight. We're streaming on a Friday night. But usually we stream every other Thursday night. In 2 weeks, that Thursday will be a bit close to Halloween, and understand that a lot of people have a lot of Halloween plans. Completely understandable. So we're not going to do a stream in 2 weeks. We're going to push it an extra week. So in 3 weeks on a Thursday, the Thursday before Robot Ruckus at the Orlando Maker Fair, we're going to do a pre-event live stream, live discussion and event predictions stream for that event. So let me just get my dates right. I'm going to look at a calendar for once. I think I know the day. Okay, it's a good thing I looked at my calendar because I was totally wrong. Thursday, November 6th is going to be our next stream. Thursday, November 6th. Almost done. You would be right. Let's bring this up. Oh, look at this. We got a minute left. Layer 158 out of 192. So yeah, Thursday, November 6th. So this is going to be our last October stream. We're going to do one next month on the 6th. Pre-event discussion and pre-event predictions. The week immediately following that, we'll do post-event recap. And then we're going to take a break from live streaming for a few months, a holiday hiatus. So let's go ahead and it says 0 minutes left and it's still going, oh, hang on. It's done. Wait for it. It was singing. Did you hear it? There it is. Is space junk made out of PLA or aluminum? Aluminum. Nice and warm on the bottom, too. Here's the black Benchy that we had just printed on stream. Our very first print of this 3D printing live stream. Now, let's do a comparison. If I look in front of me, maybe I'll see something. Here we go. The black versus dark purple. How about that? Is the printer a heated bed or no? That's with all 3D printers. It heats up the bed, which for PLA, it heats up to 60 degrees Celsius. And I don't know why, but in 3D printing, everything's Celsius. And then for the nozzle, it heats up to 220 degrees Celsius for PLA, of course. So yeah, heated bed. So it is hot right now. I would not recommend touching that right now. Let's see. I can actually look here and show you. So right here's your bed temp. Here, the temperature on the right shows you what temperature it is set at. On the left, it shows you what temperature it really is right now. So right now it's cooling down to 0 degrees Celsius. And right now, in the process of cooling down, it's currently at 51 degrees. And same goes for the hot end here. It's set to cool down. You can see it going down. But when I start a print, the bed goes to 60 and the nozzle goes up to 220. All right. Should we print another benchy? Should we find something interesting to print? Next, print out a Blexi. What is a Blexi? A flexible benchy, isn't it? You're talking about that flexible. That was just funny. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Look at this. So that would be when we do multicolor, which the A1 Mini, if you get the AMS Lite with it, you can do multicolor printing. We do not have the AMS Lite, so we can't do multicolor at the moment. But this is hilarious. Camera's doing a Darren. Uh-oh. Don't start. But yeah, this is just generally hilarious. Let's go here. This is some random stuff I collected there. Let's do combat robot, and we're going to see what it gives me here. So we're going to see some interesting combat robot design, some parts, some robots. What are we going to see here? This is cool looking. That just looks really cool. I don't think that fits on the A1 Mini, though. This right here, I have already printed this for Space Junk. Let me see if I can do this. There's a good picture of it. Just a couple of little wedgelets to put on the Viper kit. I did print a couple of those for Space Junk, and I'm going to try them out at Robot Ruckus in just a few weeks. There's a full body spinner where the whole outside, there we go, the whole outside of the robot spins. The whole thing's a weapon. I really like the idea of full body spinners for that reason. I think they're really cool. 3D print an egg beater. Why not? Do it out of TPU for the forks. Yep. Yeah, I was going to do TPU for the forks, but I realized I do not have TPU at the moment. I need to get some TPU. I just did PLA because that's what I have, and I don't care if they break. It's a neat little fairy weight right there, I think. Oh, wrong thing's trying to scroll. Fracture. What is this? Anybody recognize this? I don't think that's actually a combat robot. That's just a fan-made model. but still really cool. I like that. That's awesome. That's a cool looking robot there. That's a cool one. And I like to go on here and look at some of these robots and think, maybe I'll print this one day. Who knows? Or just get ideas. Like, ooh, I like that. But if I designed that robot, maybe I would have done this differently. And I go and take that to CAD, and I go to take it to Onshape specifically, and start CADing out some ideas based on what I see here. Door stopper. That's what that thing looks like. This is an award-winning robot, so I have to see this. Can I zoom in? No, I can't zoom in. That's a cool-looking robot, though. So yeah, if anybody ever does some scrolling on an online website for 3D models, like Maker World, Thingiverse, Printables, Things, whatever you like, check out some combat robots. You never know what you might find. Like this. This guy's cool right here. I like that. And that actually, those are the same teeth. These two pieces, they're the same teeth that Space uses. If those teeth were beveled, like Space Junk's teeth, it would hit a lot harder. Japanese remove before fight tag. That's hilarious. I would like to confuse some people with that. The old BattleBots logo. Gotta love it. Totally not combat robots. Mr. Roper, the NHL fan favorite. Can opener? Now that's a name. That is a good name for a combat robot like that. Can opener. I like that. I have actually not seen that one before. Is this an egg beater? I need a closer look. The pictures just get further after I said that. That's interesting. I'm gonna save that one. Anytime I find something that I really like and I think, ooh, maybe I'll print that, I save it to default collection. I'll go back and look at that collection later on and decide if I want to print something out of there. Just so I don't lose anything that I see and like. It's really cool. Let's see. There's a SME CAD available. Yes, GrabCAD. It is GrabCAD. Yep, I did see that. I did see the heavyweight SME. I'm just sorry, I'm catching up on chat right now. Let's see. You want to see my collection later? Oh, that's dangerous. Because I've got some not so robot related things in there. Let's see. I could bring it up. Maybe I'll print something from there. I don't know. Go here. Collections. Default. This is where I just saved that robot because I thought that was cool. That's a bookmark, a weird cat bookmark. I know somebody likes cats, so I think he's going to like that. Actually, I might print that. I don't know. Battery holders. I think that would be very handy. There's your fidget. A flexi benchy. Don't look at that one. Don't look at this. You looked at it, didn't you? All that. It's a good show. 90s sitcom. I forgot to save that. I'm going to print that when I can do multicolor. Travel tic-tac-toe. I generally just like miniature tic-tac-toe stuff. Really miniature games. I just think it's really cool. Let's see. Combat robot there. What do we think about this combat robot? You looked at it. I knew you did. I knew you did. What is this? Oh, yeah, it's a phone mount. Because like I mentioned, the camera sucks. So if you want to, I guess, record videos or maybe, I don't know if you could stream to StreamYard. I guess you could, not StreamYard, MakerDeck. If anybody has Twitch, go check out MakerDeck. 24/7 3D printers. I'm not joking. You literally see printers actively printing 24/7 on MakerDeck if you have Twitch. If you don't have Twitch, get Twitch and find MakerDeck. I could just watch that for hours. But I guess I could print that phone mount and stream to that, or at least just record videos, I guess. I don't know. Printers are building eyes. Let's see. That's what Space Junk's weapon mounts look like, by the way. And a shout out to our friend Ari, who designed these really cool weapon mounts, which we're going to try out on Space Junk in just a few weeks at the Orlando Maker Fair for Robot Ruckus. Super cool stuff. I did save that robot because I like that. Labels. That's if I got extra plates for this printer. Oh yeah, and this. So you can actually take that camera. There's a good close-up on the camera since I can't really get it, but so that the camera is located in here. If you're following my mouse, the camera is located up in here next to the light, little LED light. But what you can actually do is pop it out and stick it underneath there with this printed mount here if you wanted to reposition it. I don't know if I'm going to do that just because of how bad the camera is. I don't know if I want to bother. But if you pop the cover off, this is what you see. It's really cool. Little storage compartment there. A poop chute. And shame on this person for getting the wrong color. You had one job. I'm just kidding. I think that is hilarious, and I will definitely be printing that when I get yellow. I will definitely be printing that. Because right here, where the hot end, the nozzle, all this right here, where it rests, it also has a mechanism right here, which I'm currently touching the bottom of it. Right here, it will extrude and purge the filament out of the nozzle, and it will literally shoot it out this way. So, what I just showed you here, this poop chute, this is what they call it, a poop chute. I didn't name it that. It will clip on right here and catch the filament as it shoots out. I've seen some really good designs for a poop chute, but this is my favorite one. Because I like Pac-Man. And I want to print this right here. I definitely want to print that. I want to get yellow, so not yellow. I want to get white, the same as this is printed, so it'll match the printer. I just think that would be a smart thing to do, and I guess that would be a bamboo sticker to put on it, which I have plenty of those. This I just thought was weird. 3D printing an enclosure for a 3D printer. I don't know. I don't really think that would be the best idea, but I wanted to save that. I don't know why, but I did. I guess as an eyesore for the collection. I'm definitely printing this when I get gray filament, because that is awesome. Specifically designed to fit this printer, the A1 Mini. Look at the size of that thing. And I do print swatches, so this is a good holder for the swatches. It rotates. It's kind of like a Lazy Susan for swatches. I don't know why they call it a Lazy Susan. I didn't name it that. This is a good printing test right here. It's an all-in-one, so it'll test all the features on your printer, which I am still yet to try printing this. I just think this would be a smart thing to print, just to make sure you got everything dialed in on your printer. Make sure you don't have like wet filament, you have good filament, you have everything tuned just right on your printer. It does all the tests, like your bridging, support, scale, stringing, all that good stuff. Everything. I really like this. Wait, go back to that one plant combat robot. I think it was a plant. It was a mini version. I think I saved a few plants on here. Didn't I? Or did I just do one? I printed this one and this one. Did I save another one? There's this one. But that's a fairy weight. That's not a plant. Which one? I'm surprised I haven't saved more. Micro Retaliator. Yeah, I was looking at that one day. I don't know. You might be right. You might be onto something saying it's a mini version. I think it just might be a mini version. I don't think it's a real robot. I do not know. Oh, look at this. This is a scaled down version of my 1 pound plastic Antway combat robot Retaliator. If you like Retaliator, then this is a affordable way to get your own micro version. Okay, so it is not a real robot. It is a micro version of somebody else's robot. Still really cool, though. Still pretty cool. I think I'll still keep that in my collection. Because why not? But yeah, that's the collection. Some weird stuff and a few robot stuff. That's how we do it. All right. So I'm going to take that down for now, and we're going to decide what do we want to print now. Should we print a Benchy in another color? Yes, you hear the train. I was just listening to that. And also, that's not even that hot anymore. It cooled down now. Also, to point out, the screen, there's the screen right here. It does actually turn off after 15 minutes. Just the screen, not the whole printer. But the screen, after 15 minutes of inactivity, does turn off. And I can change that time to 10 minutes or 5 minutes. I'm just going to keep it at 15 minutes. So if I just simply tap it, it's back on. And it gives me the option if I want to reprint. As soon as it's done, that'll pop up saying, like, oh, you printing complete. And it gives me two options. I can just hit OK, and it just goes back to the main screen, the home screen, whatever you call it. Or reprint. So if I want to print that black Benchy all over again. So let's see. Night Force kit. I've seen that. I know some people with a Night Force kit, and I'm tempted to do it. I don't really have the parts to put in it, so it'd just be sitting on a shelf for a while. Which why should I care? I've been printing some robots that I don't have guts for, so they're just sitting on a shelf till next year. or the year after. I don't know. I'm gonna hit OK. Print files. And it doesn't really save a lot of stuff on the printer. It does not save all of your printing history on the printer, unfortunately, but it does in Bambu Studio. It would look cool though. Yeah, I might wait till I get more filament. Like I should probably wait till I get more Polymax PLA, and maybe even in some fun colors. Do they have egg beaters or drums on the CAD model downloading site? Maker World? Let's see. I can try to look here. You type it in. Oh. Try. There we go. So I put in Combat Robot Drum Spinner. This is the first thing I see right here. Made this for a combat robot I put together and figured it was worth putting out there for people if they wanted to use. Interesting. So there's a whole egg beater model right there. Spacers, I guess. So this is just the egg beater, not a whole robot. I would print that if it was a whole robot. I really don't have anything I would put that egg beater on. We can keep looking. What is this? Oh, is that the frame? Or no, somebody else printed these. Yeah, these are two different people here. So I don't know if I could put that egg beater on this frame. Oh, they put the print settings. I love when people put print settings. It helps. There's that, which is really cool. Not really a selection on egg beaters. Omni Drive BattleBot. This thing just pulled up again. Is this the whole robot now? What is that? Oh, it's for the drive. Duh. It's an omni-wheeled robot. Interesting. I could print. Hey, could end up printing a shuffler model. Don't tempt me. I'll do it. I actually, I'm starting to get ideas now. Thank you very much for giving me ideas for a shuffler robot that I could 3D print. I'm going to be doing some CAD designing tonight. Unless I'm tired, I'll do it tomorrow. Wait a minute. Almost skipped one. Let's see. Okay, so it's a remix of another robot. Parts list. Bunch of links. Okay. Totally not robot related stuff. That's cool. I like that. Did I save that? I'm going to save it. A lot of what goes into the collection, I may or may not end up printing one of these days. Eventually. I don't know. Maybe. So yeah, that's that. So, anyway. Do we want to print in black, or should I switch filaments? I know what I'm going to do. Filament. Unload. All right, so now the hot end is going to completely heat up. The whole thing's going to heat up. When it does that, it's going to move over here. This whole thing, this piece is going to move over here, which will trigger the cutting tool in here to cut the filament while it's heated. And then it's going to remove the filament. And I can point my camera up a little bit so you can kind of see the process when it happens. There we go. That's a little better, isn't it? So we're going to take this black filament out. And let's see. Switch filaments to see how they all turn out. Turn it blue. Yes, that's exactly what I was about to do. I am going to switch over to blue filament, and I have an idea. Stick around. I've got an idea. We're just here to have fun on a late Friday night to 3D print. We all love 3D printing. There goes the cutting. It just cut the filament, and now it's out. There we go. Now I'm going to put it back on the spool real quick. There you have it. That's the black for you. We're done with the black for now. We're going to use blue. And what I'm going to do, it's already in a poly dryer box, a little storage box. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it in the box. First, take the lid off so I can access the filament. We all like to smell the PLA, don't we? It's not as bad as ABS. Not as mean to you. Let's see. Show you what I'm doing here. So I'm going to put the filament, I'm going to push it through this hole right here. There we go. Now that I've done that, pop the lid back on. There we go. Nice and secure. Now I can keep it in this storage box from the poly dryer. And it has rollers in there, so it can literally just roll. It's really nice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the feet off the bottom. I'm going to stick it on poly dryer drying dock, which you can kind of see right here. This is a drying dock for it. I've got another one next to it I'm going to set it on. This is generally what you'd want to do if you're drying your filaments. That's how you would get it to dry. Is you take the feet off the box, put it on the drying dock, start drying, have fun. And if you're printing with TPU, I've heard it's best, I've not printed with TPU myself, but I've heard it's best to be actively drying TPU while printing. I'm not actually going to dry this PLA while I'm printing, but was the dryer brought to you by Polymaker? Yes. Yes, this is the Polymaker poly dryer, which we got when we got our sponsorship. We got a poly dryer and some filament. I'm going to go ahead and bring this over here. Let me go load. All right, so it's going to heat back up because it cooled down after we unloaded the previous filament. There we go. So now it's going to heat up, and then it's going to push this down into the whole system and purge out the old filament until we get to the new stuff. Let's see. Poly printer when? Yeah, I've wondered about that. Are we ever going to get a poly printer? I have no idea. I don't work for them. They know a lot more than I do over there. Company secrets. Keeps beeping at me. Poly house when? Quit beeping at me. You got a beeping problem. Poly house when? What do you mean by a poly house? You mean like I'm going to 3D print my whole house? I will be sure to let you know how that works out. Goodness gracious. Nice. All right. We have our new stuff. Now, so I printed a couple of things. When we first got this printer, there's a couple of files that were already, let's see, I found them. Actually, I found them on MakerWorld, I believe. It's a really helpful tool for the A1 Mini. When we got this printer, we had to actually put some lubricant oil, which they provided. We had to put some of the lubricant oil on the axles for moving this. It won't let me move it, but that's okay. But these little axles, there's one here. There's one on this other side here, just to move the bed back and forth. I had to put some lubricant oil on that before ever initially using this printer. Bambu Lab did provide some of their own basic PLA as well, which I've used some of it already. They provided like 20 grams of their basic PLA. Really good filament. And with that, I printed a swatch and a lube helper. I can't speak. So it's a little tool that helps to apply the lubricant oil on here. Really helpful tool. I printed that with the white filament that Bambu Lab provided, and I also printed that with Polylight PLA Pro in black. There you can see the words a little bit better on that. It says lube holder helper. I keep forgetting what it says. Lube helper. Helps with the lubricant oil on here. And this is just a little storage box to keep it in when you're not using the actual tool. Let's see. Because I feel like it, we're going to print that in blue. We do have the blue. Yep. Blue filament is loaded in. This one should take about the same amount of time that the Benchy took to print. And we're going to go in and get it started. Wait for it. We have our startup sounds. And now we wait. I'm going to point this down a little bit more again. There we go. So there's this whole process of different things and different functions and tests that it runs before a print begins. things like cleaning the nozzle. It has a whole way of cleaning the nozzle, which we'll see in a moment. Of course, the vibration compensation, which is very helpful. I think that's what it's about to do right now. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, very much vibrating. I might actually need to dry this filament, come to think of it. So now it's cleaning the nozzle, which is satisfying to watch. Let's see. I love the fact that there's so much to mention of a sponsor. Oh, I have not even begun to mention a number of things with Polymaker. Be careful, it may shoot his poop on you. Yeah, I get poop shooted on all the time. That's the new official term. I don't care who says what. Oh, man. Hey, nerd, I am like... Hey, who you calling a nerd? Hey, I hope you're having a good stream. Free Heathen Workshop. Everybody go subscribe to the Free Heathen Workshop over on YouTube and Twitch. Maker Millwright does a fantastic job. I always enjoy his streams. He called me a nerd. That's laser lips to you. Everybody would understand that reference if you go check him out over on Twitch. Team Firewolf Robert. Yep. All right. Welcome on in. Happy to have you. So, for anybody who's just now tuning in, like you, Maker Millwright at the Preheathen Workshop, and for our friend Firewolf Robert, for anybody else just tuning in, hello and welcome to the stream. Earlier in the stream, for the first hour of the stream, we're now 2 hours into this stream. That's impressive. In the first hour of the stream, we had our friend Caden Troyer, who was on here talking 3D printing with us. He was going over the 3D printers that he has, the stuff that he's 3D printed for his combat robots. We were just talking about all kinds of random things, 3D printing related, and it was a lot of fun. Around the time that he left, we'd started a speedy, quick print. This thing printed a Benchy in 20 minutes. It was stupidly fast. I do recommend going back and rewatching after this live stream ends. Go back and go see how fast that thing printed. It was impressive. So now we're doing the bed leveling. Let's go over to Bambu Studio again. We did this during the last print. Went over how we can see the progress of everything. We can see how far into the print we're in. The printing itself hasn't begun. We're already 27% of the way done with this. It's impressive. It will be done in 14 minutes. Hang on a second. We're going to come back to that. It's starting to print. Where's my flashlight? Oh, it's going to poop on me in a minute. Yeah, 27 already. Yep. It's just taking its time on that purging. There we go. I have this little can for poop filament to go in. My poop can, if you will. going to use that to catch it, because I do not want my printer pooping on me right now. Bingo. Got him. Oh, wait. There's more. Of course there's more. I tell you, the A1 Mini does poop a lot. I don't know why they call it. I don't know why they call it poop filament, but again, I didn't name it that. Goodness gracious, that is a big pile of poop. All right, the printing itself has begun, and we are already 30% of the way done. Yeah, all the calibrations and stuff, that was just 30% of the print right there. And oh man, that looks so smooth. Looky here. It'll be done in 13 minutes. We're on the first layer. Temperatures look good. Actually, let me adjust the bed temperature. It likes to go to 65, but I want to bump it down to 60 since we're printing in PLA. Generally not that greatest of idea to go over 60. It likes to go to 65 for whatever reason. I wonder if I could change the default settings on that. And we're off to the races. It is printing test again. That's fast. Breathing Workshop, right back at you. Hope you're having a fun stream over there. The poop probably will have taken longer than the thing you're printing. Yeah, it's true. Let's see. The pooping is taking longer than the print itself. That you're onto something there. So this was our first print. It's cooled down now, but this was our first print of the stream, printing in Poly Light PLA Pro in black. This was a print that I did a long while ago before stream, this dark purple. But just for comparison, there's the black versus dark purple. Once this gets done, we may end up printing a Benchy with the blue. Who knows? Hope it doesn't get stuck at 99%. Yeah, that's cool. See, here's the thing. This is something I have to think about as a Floridian down here. During Florida summers, which, thank God, they're almost over, I have to think about, especially during the summer, we have thunderstorms every single day in the afternoon. We call 3 o'clock storm o'clock here in Florida. I'm not joking. When we hear thunder, we know what time it is. It's 3 o'clock. It's storm o'clock. So I will literally not turn this printer on. I will not even start a print while there is a storm outside. Because sometimes, you never know when this is going to happen, but sometimes a thunderstorm is strong enough to knock the power out for a little bit. Even if it's just for a few seconds, the power will go out long enough to kill a print, mid-print. So that's why I usually stay up at night. And yeah, that's why, again, hope it doesn't get stuck at 99%. I don't ever want to see it get stuck at any percent, really. If like the power goes out while it's doing its calibrations and stuff, it's not that big a deal because the print itself hasn't actually started. The tool's already done, by the way. So in case anybody missed it a few minutes ago, I talked about how I had to put lubricant oil on the axles that moved the bed back and forth. And I found a tool on Maker World that helps applying the lubricant oil. That is this tool right here. This lube helper is what it says there on the side. This is the tool. That's just a little storage box to keep it in. I had originally printed this tool in the white basic PLA that Bambu Lab had provided, to my surprise. I printed that in a swatch with the filament they provided. And then I decided to use some Polylite PLA Pro, this black stuff, to print it. And now I'm doing Polylite PLA in blue. I can look over here and tell you the tool is done printing already. The tool, done. This, give it about 8 minutes and it'll be done. Is there a hurricane heading for Florida right now? I haven't been checking. I know it has been. Honestly, I don't know. I never check the weather. I honestly don't. And I know when a hurricane is coming, I do get notified when there's some major thing going on, but I'll check the weather then, but that's it. How much progress? Well, let's have a look. Let's look at Bambu Studio. And again, I'm not turning the camera on because the camera sucks. 60% of the way done. We're on layer 32 out of 80. And it won't be long before we hit layer 80. It'll be within 7 minutes. It does have an estimated finish time in military time. And for the record, I am in Florida. I'm in the Eastern Standard Time Zone. It is currently 9:09 p.m. With it being 7 minutes here, it'll be done at 9:16 p.m. So yeah, there's your progress update. And I'd like to look at these temperatures up here, the nozzle temp, the bed temp. I like to keep an eye on those, make sure they are set how I want them. But we're almost there. Pretty fascinating to watch, isn't it? Question here. It's probably asked 24/7, but do you ever want to build an undercutter? Ooh, good question. I think we just looked at an undercutter on Maker World a few minutes ago. An undercutter would be fun, but they're not the most competitive robots I have noticed. I do want to build some undercutters. I just killed myself off the stream there. Wrong button. Oh, that was dumb. I really pulled a dare in there, didn't I, Rough Robotics? But anyway, I don't think. Well, yeah, they can be competitive. I'm not taking that away from undercutters, but they're not the most competitive. They're not as competitive as I am, I would say. Then again, neither are the robots I currently have, but that's okay. We'll get there. But an undercutter would be fun to make. I think I would probably do a plastic ant undercutter. Maybe even a full combat ant. Maybe a fairy ant. I don't know. I don't think I would do a beetle undercutter, though. A fairy undercutter, an ant. I probably wouldn't do a beetle, though. I've seen some beetle undercutters. Yeah, please don't. I don't want cold snap. Let's get an update. This is what I was trying to do when I kicked myself off stream. Bingo. And I just happened to push the wrong button, which I was afraid I would do that. 4 minutes left to the print. Oh, man. All right. Where are we at? 3 minutes left. We're on layer 63 out of 80. I know Mud Skipper. I've seen Mud Skipper. Mud Skipper is kind of cool. See, there's a better look at our controls over there. I just found out I could scroll sideways. Look at that. So I can really control everything here. Really don't have any business doing anything here. I don't think I could mess with this stuff while it's printing. I don't think. But let's see. Nope, we got a couple of minutes left. So we're going to go ahead and take that off the screen. We got about 2 minutes left. And then this will be done. We'll take it off and see how it looks. See what we got ourselves into with this print. How does this go from 3D printing to combat robotics? Well, it's the same. It's the same topic. You 3D print combat robots. The way I look at it, I'm talking about both of them. This is a combat robotics channel here on YouTube. We just happen to love 3D printing, and we just got our new A1 Mini recently. Oh, wait for it. See if I can bring it closer a little bit. It sings when it's done. Now, yeah, I'm not going to try to pick that off. Let's go here. And I like this build plate because, oh man, I did not even glue that on there, by the way. But I really like it because this is just a fantastic build plate. And also, when the print is done, I can either, depending on like the dimensions and stuff, I can either just pick it right off, or I can simply just had to be a little extra there. All right, let's see what we got. This came out amazingly. Look at this. See if I can get it to focus a little better here. Amazing. So now when I go to apply lubricant oil onto these axles here, it does have a tendency to drip down below the axles. So what I can do is just scrape it up onto the axles, and then just smear it on, which I probably shouldn't do because it's hot. But and then when I'm not using the tool, simply stick it back in here, a little storage box for it, and bingo. So now we've got two of these tools that were printed in Polymaker filament to help with the printer. We got a black and a blue. And of course, I've only ever printed in PLA. And then we've got Bambu PLA Basic in white. And now we've got the trio, all three of them. And I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Holding that real bad. I'm about to drop that. All right. So let's see. Yep. Scrape it up on the axles. Think you like the blue more than the dark purple? I like the dark purple. I wish the dark purple was available in Polymax. I wish that was a color option for Polymax PLA. Didn't know that this channel was about history. History? What kind of history? What are we talking about? That George Washington was our first U.S. president? Is that the kind of history we're talking about? I don't know what I said. I go too far? I hear a train. Maybe one of these days we'll do a live stream and the train won't interrupt. It just pulled an interrupting cow and interrupted me mid-sentence. All right. So far we printed our black benchy, a blue lube holder, helper. I keep calling it a holder. This is the holder. This is the helper. So these are what we've printed on stream so far. Now, let's find something else to print. Let's see. Let's hit OK. Then it also tells you how much the print weighs. It's really cool. It's very helpful if you're printing combat robots. You need to know the weight of every part. It's very vital, down to the gram. What is this? A bag clip. So I guess you could clip that on a bag of chips. Interesting. I've actually not tried to print that before. Again, there's already a few random files loaded on this printer, which I might just select one of those for the next print. I have not printed a lot of them. Like this one is the one I'm looking at here on the screen is a bag clip. So I guess you clip that on a bag of chips after you open it. I think we should print that next. How long is that? 34 minutes to print. 13 grams. I think we should do it. Egg beater. Egg beater. Beat the eggs. I don't know. I think maybe on a future 3D printing stream, I'll print an egg beater. I just don't really have a reason to print an egg beater. And I didn't really find one on MakerWorld anyway. But I also don't have the guts to put in an egg beater right now. You need something to beat an egg. Yeah, it's called my fist. I can beat an egg with my fist. Or my head. I could just crack it on my head. Don't do that. You make a mess. I'm going to go for it. For this bag clip, I'm going to go for it. It's actually something I wanted to print anyway. I wonder how it's going to print. Startup beeps have begun. We're just here to have fun, have a good time, and 3D print. Nice. Let's see. We can bring this on and see what this looks like. So it has started the vibration calibration stuff. It's going to be printing a bag clip, which will take half an hour roughly, which should get done around, oh, it looks like 2 minutes before 10 p.m. Again, Eastern time. Be careful of the poo-poo. Watch out. I know when it's coming, don't worry. Do I have batteries to store? Because I think that would show really good. I'm not sure I understand the question there. All right, so now it's going to be heating up. It was just cleaning the nozzle right now. That's what it was just doing. Now it looks like it's leveling the bed. That is random. There we go. So the whole bed leveling process just kind of gives the machine a good idea of how the bed's laid out. It really helps when you take it off, put it back on. All right. It's just getting the dimensions of the bed by touching it. It's genius technology. Still learning how everything works, and it's just fascinating. Just watch a printer print for hours. I'm watching to see if it's going to poop on me. I was just heating up. I got nothing to worry about. It's just heating up. A 3D print for the batteries would be cool. Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's printing. I have absolutely no idea what this is going to look like because I've been wanting to print this back clip. This is kind of test out some filament. I actually need to really test this out. I might have to dry this filament. I think this print is going to confirm that for me, but oh wow. I have no idea what this bag clip is going to look like. But that first layer, though, let me get my flashlight. The first layer is everything in a 3D print. Anybody that 3D prints could tell you that. Okay, so we must be on the second layer. Yep, we're on layer 2. There we go. We're 19% of the way into this. 27 minutes left. We're on layer 2, which is where the speed begins. See, it always prints layer 1 slower for more precision, which is excellent. And then at that point, it just takes off. After that first layer, it just takes off. The 3D printer, filament, and electricity is everything. So it's the first layer. As long as you have those first 3 things, nothing else matters but that first layer. I also not the biggest fan of the spool holder on the printer, which is back here where my hand is. There's a rod right here, which I'm grabbing on, that holds a spool of filament while you're printing. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I mean, it's good, it works, but I always hear a loud screeching sound every time the spool rotates on here. It's kind of annoying, honestly. I currently have filament in a poly dryer while it's printing. Sir, your table is rapidly shaking as if it was in Chile. I don't know why I just read that in an accent. Is that grid infill? That looks like grid infill. Anybody that 3D prints, you know the saying. Grid is gross. That looks like grid. I did not slice this print. I would have done honeycomb. Second option is gyroid, but I usually like to stick with honeycomb. That looks like stinky grid. I'm glad I'm not using this for a combat robot. Stinky grid. Best Irish accent impression. Is that what it was? I sounded Irish. Is that what it was? I don't know what it was. I don't know what I did. I never do. Curious to see how functional this clip is going to be when it's done printing. Hoping for a fully functional clip there. Well, we will see. You'll see how functional it really is when it gets done printing. Let me just do a quick check on the live chat. How many people do we have watching? Who all's watching? Let me know in the live chat. Let me know who's here. I'm going to give a shout out to everybody while this thing is printing. If you need another topic, just ask. No. I just really like watching it print. It's really satisfying. But I'm going to give a shout out to everybody watching. Who else here? Roughhouse Robotics, you think you're here? All right. Hey, that's good enough. I think I'm here too. I think I'm on a stream. I'm not sure. That is just fast. Fast and fascinating. Oh. Looks like it would be pretty functional. I'm excited to see how this thing turns out. Right now it looks like it's two separate pieces. Curious to see how they're going to connect. I guess that's what it looks like from my angle anyway. They look like two separate pieces. I'm sure they're going to connect on a future layer. There's 100 layers. I just checked. Let's pull up the studio. So we see right here, there's 100 layers on this print, and we're currently on 19. How's that? Let me move this up a little bit so I can see the light chat better. Watching, but very tired from working. I understand. I completely understand, and thank you for watching. Appreciate the support from everybody. Appreciate all of our friends here watching. So, Robert, since you're watching, what was the last thing you printed? What have you been printing recently? I know you enjoy your P1S. Also, hot take, Robert. What have you heard about the P2S? I think I did show you about that. What are your thoughts on the P2S, the new Bambu printer? We were just talking about that earlier in the stream too. We're on layer 24 out of 100. So we still got a ways to go on this print, but it'll be done in 20 minutes, which is the time it took for a Benchy. They're connected. It's one piece now. And should I leave up the Bambu Studio so you can watch the progress and the print? Or do you want me to get rid of the studio for now and just watch the print? Let me know what you want to do, everybody, and I will do it. No, maybe it's not one piece yet. Look at more different things that you could print. Ideas. We need ideas. Just go to random online models. Let me get rid of the search here. Go back to online models. This is going to be completely random stuff. I've not searched anything particular. This is just whatever's out there on Maker World. Let's see. 10 minutes ago, Polymax wedges to practice bending on for the titanium ones. Awesome. Hope it all works out. Hoping for successful prints and successful for the titanium wedges. Let's see. What was this? Weird. This looks like a bunch of video gaming kind of stuff. Okay, this is funny. This is funny. It's literally holding a game controller. I think that's just funny. I like that. I just want to put in RC car. Let me just do car. RC car and see what happens. How big is that? Goodness gracious, that is big. I don't know if that would, at least it looks big in the picture. I don't know how big that really is, but I don't know if that would even fit on this printer. It's like parts for RC cars, which I figured we would see this kind of stuff. Any 1978 Mustang 2 bodies, I can look for that. 1978. What'd I do? Oh, whoops. Push 2 buttons at once. Mustang 2. I'll just put that for now. If I have to be more specific, I'll put body at the end of it. There's a different Mustang. Wait a second. Oh, look at that. Look how it moves. Interesting. There's the logo. We could print the logo. Let's see. What is this? Keychain. That looks like multicolor, which I mentioned. This printer can do multicolor if I get the AMS Lite, which we did not get the AMS Lite yet. We're going to get that later on and do multicolor. And when we can do multicolor, we can print something like that. We can print up to 4 colors when we do that, but right now we only do 1. Again, the logo there on the right. Oh, okay, that's actually kind of interesting. It's not just the car, but it also has the information right there, like the model and stuff. Interesting. Ferrari. Oh, a coaster. Look at this. It's a drink coaster. I like it. I've been actually looking at some coasters lately here on Maker World. Not even kidding. I've been looking at coasters. I had a 1967 Mustang convertible. It's made a red light yesterday. It was red and restored. Interesting. Well, here we are printing. We're looking at printing some Mustangs. If I had red, I would try to replicate that, I think, if I could find a model like that. What's my favorite car? You're not going to like my answer. Maybe. It's not a Cybertruck, don't worry. I hate Cybertrucks. My favorite car, honestly, hot take, Roughhouse, I know you're not going to like me. I don't like Mustangs. I cannot stand Mustang. All these expensive looking cars or whatever, I can't stand them. Sports cars, can't stand them. Mustangs, no. Hard pass. My mom, on the other hand, loves Mustang. I did not get that from her. But, oh, that's cool. A keychain. A cap keychain. I like that. That's actually interesting. My favorite car would probably be I would say my grandmother has a 2019 Toyota minivan. That is my favorite car. It has 3 rows of seating. You can seat 8 people, and you still have a big trunk. And thinking like a robot fighter, that's the kind of car that I would want to bring to a robot combat event. Because I can load a bunch of robot junk, pun intended, into the trunk and seat the whole team, give a couple of people a ride if we choose, or anybody needs a ride. We can say, hey, I'll swing by your place, I'll grab you. You throw your toolbox in the trunk, and we'll go to this event. Which I've done that kind of thing before. So thinking like a robot fighter, I'd want a minivan like that. With a lot of seating and a huge trunk. But then you can put the back row down for more storage space, like a bigger trunk, basically. As your another Ford Mustang keychain. I like keychains. I actually, if anybody's a fan of hard rock music, I'm a huge fan of Skillet. I don't like a lot of rock music, but I love Skillet. I did find a Skillet keychain on Thingiverse. Loved it, and of course I printed a few of them. And by few, I printed 4. Yes, I'm a Toyota guy. My dream car would be probably a minivan. I haven't looked at their newest models of minivans, but my dream car would definitely be a minivan. Maybe a new model, maybe a 2019, maybe a 2025. I don't know, somewhere in between there. But yes, I'm a Toyota guy. I love Toyota. 1967 Chevelle Super Sport and 1967 Chevy 2 Nova. Not bad. So, Robert, if you got one of those cars, do you think you would have any trouble fitting all of your robot needs, your toolbox and everything in there, not having anything crammed? Again, I'm thinking like a robot fighter. I like Mustang because it's rare and cool. Yeah, to me they never really look cool, honestly. Yes, but flamethrowers. Best answer. Yes, but flamethrowers. Flamethrowers, hear me out. Yeah, Mustang, but flamethrowers. Oh man. Are these even 2 liters? Are these even Mustang related at this point? I guess they are. Motorcycle. If anybody likes motorcycles, I don't like motorcycles. I hate motorcycles. A steering wheel. What is that? Just like that centerpiece for a steering wheel? Imagine having a 3D printed steering wheel. I don't know. BMW? BMWs are stupid. Looking for Mustang. Why are we saying BMW? What with the BMW? Oh, a little license plate there. Is that real size? Like real life size or no? Huh. A 3D printed front license plate with the Mustang logo. How about that? I prefer modern trucks with all the safety stuff. Yep. Yeah, that's a good vehicle. If anybody likes trucks, the Tacoma is a good one. Let's see. So I think we're getting further and further from the Mustang stuff slowly but surely. Let's get a quick update on that print. Oh, we got 5 minutes left. Would you look at that? We managed to kill all that time. We're on layer 85 out of 100. You really dislike newer cars? 22. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm not a fan of a lot of old cars, new cars. Uh, I like the safety features that are in newer cars, but other than that, I'm not a fan of some of the new cars myself. How do we go from 3D printing to cars? That's what we should be asking ourselves. I haven't really been watching this print, but what we can do here is take that off for a minute. That is definitely one piece by now. I hope this thing's functional. It is so fascinating. I love 3D printing. I love watching 3D printing. It's amazing stuff. Fun, fun, fun. I also never did manage to get some of this bed adhesive on the bed. I never did get to that because I never found my paintbrush. But that's okay. First vehicle was a 1973 Chevy Blazer. Interesting. Fuel injection is more comfortable for most people. Different people have their different preferences and their different opinions. Some people like the Cybertruck. Some people are smart. Let's bring up Bambu Studio. We got about 2 minutes left. Here's a progress update. Let me put my laptop in real quick. There we go. I hope my camera's not doing any glitching or anything, because this print is almost done. We got a couple more layers to go, and then we'll see what this thing looks like. Definitely not looking like how I expected it to look. Carburetors are simpler to work on and cost less part tuning. I will take your word on that. Oh, the screw. There we go. That's big too. That's nice and big. The camera is in fact glitching. Yeah, it's on my end, but that's okay. It's on my end. It's being dumb. And the print is done. Wait for it. All right. I'm going to pull up YouTube on my phone just so I can see how bad this is. That's about as bad as the camera on the A1 Mini. Not even joking. There it is. There's the bag clip. Hope you can see that well. At this point, uses a printer camera. Look, I am. Let's see. This came right off. All right. Here it is. It's actually better than the camera on the printer. I don't know. This thing's function. If it does. Oh, wait a second. Was that supposed to happen? There's an interesting little thing. Yeah, so that just happened while I was trying to figure out how to make this thing function. It just kind of broke into two pieces. I don't know if that was supposed to happen, but all right. All right, so the print is done. I'm going to go see if I can figure this thing out, see how it works, make sure I don't just break it. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to glitching thing as well. So we'll be right back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. back. We are back on our live stream for 3D printing, and hopefully the camera and audio is not glitching out too bad at this point. I wanted to wait a few minutes and see if the problem would work itself out. So y'all let me know how bad the glitching is on our camera feed, our mic feed. I'll have to look into this for future streams to see how this might be resolved somehow. But can everybody see me and hear me okay? Still doing it. Okay. Fair enough. Well, we're at the end of the stream anyway. So, do we have any final thoughts, any comments, any questions, anything related to 3D printing? It's gotten a little better. Well, can you at least hear me enough? Can you hear like what I'm saying? Can you hear me okay enough? Favorite railroad? Not the one I live next to. That's my least favorite railroad. So do we have any final thoughts, comments, anything related to 3D printing? Is there anything anybody that, I can't talk, anything that anybody has been 3D printing lately that you would like to share before we end the stream? I'll wait just a minute. Can I have your 3D printer? Let me think. No. Here comes your train. You might be able to hear it. Okay. Rough House. Now that I really think about it, about you having my printer, send me a couple $1,000 and bag of chips so I can test out this bag clip. Then we'll talk. But all right, so that glitching nonsense should be better by now. Okay, so it's perfectly clear now. Yeah. That's what I say to the glitching. Catch this. Hope that was clear enough. I know that was a real mature of me. So anyway, I'll share this again since the camera was glitching earlier. So here's how the clip came out. And of course, that kind of snapped. And I don't think that was supposed to happen. I might just have to print another one. I totally didn't break it on purpose to have an excuse to print another one. Maybe I just have to print this out of TPU. I don't know. I don't really know what the slicer settings were for that because it was already on the printer. I can't seem to figure out. Yeah, I think it's a TPU print. I don't know. Doesn't really flex that much. I heard a snap. I might have broke it again. Well, I guess that clip didn't really come out as expected. Audio and video is back to being bad now. Yeah, whatever. Let's see. Make world. I'm just gonna look on Make World for a minute. The glitching a minute and see if it dies off again. But hopefully it does. I need to look into getting that fixed somehow. And the glitching. So weird. Such a strange thing. audio. No. No more booing. Not doing that again. Does the clip need a bolt and nut? It's designed to work as it's printed. It doesn't need any hardware, but I will try anything. Yeah, boo the glitching. I don't know what that's all about, but anyway. At any rate. So, let's see. Any recent 3D printing projects from anybody that you would like to share with us? My friend was here sharing a print he recently did. Or if anybody does not have a 3D, I do recommend starting with Mini. I think my camera just died for a second. I recommend getting an A1, have a printer gut, and you want to get into printing. Look into getting the Bambu Lab A1 Mini. That is not a paid sponsorship, like paid advertisement. It's nothing like that. We're not sponsored by Bambu Lab. We just really love Bambu Lab. And they make amazing, amazing products. It'd be nice if we were sponsored by them. But Polymaker sponsorship is all we need. And thank you to Polymaker for sponsoring us. As always. Let's see. I'm trying to find something that was right in front of me, and for all I know, it's probably right in front of me still. At any rate, camera's crying. Yeah. Let's just be random for a second. Pull up Maker World. Tell me what it is. Pull this up. Maker World. Because I'm just curious at this point. Got a bamboo. I had one. Nice. Slowly building it for days. Okay. Yeah, I definitely recommend Bambu Lab. That is a recommendation for 3D printers. Bambu Lab printers, they just work. Okay, so Maker World pulled up. This is just random models. So I didn't search for anything in particular. So we're going to look at whatever Maker World gives us. And hopefully maybe giving some people some ideas, some inspiration, what you might want to 3D print next. Bunch of gaming stuff, some Hot Wheels stuff. I used to really like the Hot Wheels stuff, honestly. Oh, that's a neat Hot Wheels track, actually. Bluetooth device qualification. Not even using Bluetooth. The only Bluetooth thing is the earbud in my ear. That's it. Okay, this is cool. I like this. I am a fan of Super Mario. But this is cool. I like this. I need some yellow filament. Just finished building the Marak Nerf gun. Oh, I bet it's awesome. to find more to. Nice. Is there anything we should look up while we have Maker World pulled up on here? I wonder what it would give us if we searched Nerf gun. Huh. Can you really 3D print a Nerf gun? Do you think it would work if I 3D printed a Nerf gun? Oh, a GoPro mount for a Nerf gun? That would be interesting for Nerf gun wars. But this one's cool too. Got some interesting stuff. Interesting Nerf guns. Now I want to print one. I'm getting ideas. Need to print one and make them Beyblades. Oh, don't give me ideas. Foam grenade. What? Was it just shoot like 3 of those foam darts or something? Weird. That could be fun, 3D printing a Nerf gun. Man, let's see. What else do we have? Interesting. Targets. That's cool. That, oh yeah. I like that. That's cool. Oh yeah. Nice. So yeah, that could be fun to maybe 3D print something Nerf gun related, or even a Nerf gun itself. So we got a couple of people in the live chat. I'm looking at the live chat right now. A couple of y'all think that a Nerf gun would work, fully functional and everything. All right, I just might have to print one. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. 9 bullet extension for a Nerf gun. That's cool. I like that. Search up shuffler pods. Okay. Okay, I searched for shuffler pods. There's a little dumpster for poop filament. That was random. Tide Pods dispenser. Yeah, you're definitely not getting shuffler pods. Just shuffler. Let's see. Oh, now it's giving us card game shufflers. Shuffler for cards for a card game. Let's try something. Combat robot shuffler. Let's try that. Just let me do it like this. Combat robot shuffler. Let's see. Of course, we get wheeled robots. But if there's a robot on here that's a shuffler, I'm sure there would be something to look at for shuffler pods. That's stuff we actually want. Which, of course, not seeing that. Look at this. There's one. So there's a good look at a shuffler right there. I think shuffling combat robots are pretty fun because it's different from the traditional wheeled robots. You know, the robots with wheels like mine. My robots are boring, put in that way. No, but I honestly, in all seriousness, I think shufflers are pretty fun. And they get a weight bonus, which the weight bonus for shuffler robots are, unfortunately, that weight bonus is going away. But I think they're more fun than the traditional wheeled robots, honestly. They're fun, and they're fast, too. They're just as fast. Some are even faster than wheels. It's impressive what they can do. Here's an egg beater. There you go. Got you a fairy weight beater bar. It says ant weight, but that's UK ant weight. I just know it. Antony Anton, yep. Yep, 150. So yeah, there's a 150-gram fairy weight beater bar, which that is pretty cool, but fairy weights are a pain. They can be a pain anyway. Because not only do you have to think the weight limit, but the fairy weights are also ridiculously small. See there you can see how small it is in there. There's a good look at the setup here. I wish I could zoom in on that, but that is a Malinky Nano, which is a really good electronic. It has the built-in speed controllers and receiver, just a lot of the stuff that you would need in a combat robot, all in one board. The Malinky Nano is great. And of course, you got your drive motors over here, your power switch right here. So what do you think of that egg beater? Or the beater bar anyway? Yep, I just saved that to the collection. Maybe I'll print that. I don't know. Maybe later on. Yeah, that was using in drive motors. What Rocketeer uses, as a matter of make great N10 drive motors. But yeah, that robot was using N10. And if I'm ever getting N10 motors, I'm getting Turnabot because they make them great. So yeah, we're not really seeing anything more on shufflers, but it's all good. Falcon Punch looks cool. I might have to go back and find that. I don't see it. I don't see anything by that name, Falcon Punch. Reminds you of the old Vector? Where was it? Or was that not something you saw on here? Because I don't remember seeing anything by that name. Also, don't pay attention to the names. So we know about Vector. Vector is dead, unfortunately. See, there's a remove before fight tag that you can 3D print. I think that's really cool. And it's in English, not Japanese like the one here. Here's an undercutter for you. That looks super cool. There's no audio with this video, but still, it's really cool to watch that. Oh, do you think that's too small? I don't know. That looks bigger. Hey, what if I changed my layout on here? Look at that. I'm in the bottom right corner of your screen now. How about that? That's much better, right? But yeah. I kind of like that. That whole robot design there. I think that's pretty neat. It's a 9-inch blade if it's a US ant. 9-inch blade on a US ant. That is big. The biggest I would recommend for a US ant is 6 inches. I think anything bigger than that is overkill. If you want to go to a 9-inch blade for a horizontal spinner in the US, go for a 3-pound beetle weight. That's just my take on that. I think this is cool too, this robot here. I think this guy's cool. I'll say that one. So yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this stream. We had a lot of fun tonight. We had a very special guest on the stream. Hayden was a lot of fun. He spent some good time on here on the stream talking 3D printing with us, and it was a lot of fun talking to him about 3D printing. Can I go back to the original one? Look at this. There we go. That's better. I like that better now. But yes, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. But I want to say a thank you to our friend Caden for joining the stream, and for everybody else watching, even with all the glitching problems that we seem to be having on this stream. It happens. But will the next live stream be a Robot Rumble 2? As previously stated in the stream, it's actually the next live stream is not going to happen in 2 weeks per the usual schedule. It's going to happen in 3 weeks. On Thursday, November 6th, we're going to be doing a live pre-discussion and Robot Ruckus. And the week immediately following will be a post-event recap. So it's going to be, the next stream is a pre-event discussion and predictions in 3 weeks from now. So I hope to see you then. And I hope you heard me say that okay enough with all the glitching going on. You want another stream for Robot Rumble 2? Hey, you never know. Maybe we'll get that part 2. Who knows? So yeah, like I said, I'll mention it one more time, just as a reminder. This is the last stream for October. We're going to do 2 live streams at the beginning of November. One of them is going to be 1 week after the other. And they're both going to be they're both going to be about Robot Ruckus at the Orlando Maker Faire. We'll do a post-event stream. We'll do a pre-event stream. And then we're going to go on a holiday hiatus and take a break for a few months. Let everybody spend time with their family, their loved ones, and enjoy the holidays. And we'll be back next year after the couple of November streams. Robot Rumble 2 when it gets a Steam Workshop. Hopefully that's... But I'm sure I'm going to get another Rumble 2 stream. As long as everybody is subscribed, everybody will get a notification when we do stream. All right. Remove this. So again, I'm going to say this with a glitchy stream. Thank you everybody for tuning in. And of course, huge shout out to our sponsor, Polymaker. As always, thank you for everything that you do, Polymaker. You're an amazing sponsor. And we're going to go ahead and end this stream. I'll say everybody, thank you for your support. Every single one of you. Wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for the community, the robot combat community, and the 3D printing community. Yeah, happy to have you. Who won the brain cell contest? Can't win a contest that you didn't even know was going on. You can't lose something you never had to begin with. I'm just saying that in my defense. So anyway, to everybody watching, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching the stream. To Polymaker, thank you for your ongoing support. Wouldn't want it any other way. And we'll catch you Thursday, November 6th. I hope you tune in for that stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have some more robot builders on. We're going to talk about a big event. This is going to be a big stream in 3 weeks. So don't miss it. All right. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. See ya.